Hey everyone, today we are going to be running through some test hands of the Jinzo custom archetype. Here we go. So opening up with Jinzo, Gifts from the Cosmos, Limiter Removal, Jinzo Ejector, and Psychic Bounder. Now Gifts from the Cosmos is a nifty card for the deck because we're often in a meta where people don't really run trap cards and this deck thrives against traps. So Gifts from the Cosmos is a card that allows you to set it to your opponent's spell trap zone, giving your opponent a trap that you can work off of. But we'll start off with normal summoning Psychic Bounder and using its ability to search for a Jinzo or a card that mentions it from our deck to our hand. We will bring out the Art of Jinzo. And then we'll go ahead and set that Gifts from the Cosmos to our opponent's side of the field. And the reason we do that is so we can activate the Art of Jinzo. The Art of Jinzo targets a card on the field and pops it if it's a trap. Then you can add a Jinzo or a card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. So we'll pop that Gifts from the Cosmos and add Magical Trap from our deck to our hand. You could really add a number of things, but we'll go with Magical Trap. And so when Gifts from the Cosmos is popped, it activates one or two effects, depending on how it was popped. By a card that mentions Jinzo, in this case the Art of Jinzo is a card that mentions Jinzo, you can special summon a Jinzo monster from your hand. And by a player who didn't control this card, we didn't control it, our opponent did, you get to draw a card. So now we've got Psychic Bounder on the board along with Jinzo. If we were going second, we've got traps blocked off as well as the ability to hit for over 8k thanks to limiter removal. But if we're going first, then we would activate Mind Warp and set Magical Trap. Now Mind Warp is a card that turns all spells in the graveyard into traps, as well as all equipped and continuous spells on the field into traps. It also has another ability where when Jinzo battles at the start of the damage step, you can destroy a trap on the field. Then, if you do, that player, being you, can switch control of one monster. They control what the monster your opponent controls. So in case your opponent has something that they can use to beat over your card, you can swap out whatever card you want to protect your cards, as well as steal your opponent's monster. And the other card that we have on the field is Magical Trap. Magical Trap is a card that turns all face-up cards currently on the field into traps, except cards that mention Jinzo and Jinzo itself. And the reason that's especially crucial when you have Jinzo on the field is that Jinzo negates the effects of all traps on the field. So if all cards on the field are being treated as traps, Jinzo will negate all of them. So your opponent could put out a field of cards, but you would be able to negate every single one of them thanks to Magical Trap. So that's test hand 1. Let's go again with test hand 2. We've got Jinzo Clone, Cyber Energy Shock, 2 copies of that, Called by the Grave, and Jinzo the Machine Menace. So this hand, if you were going first, probably isn't the greatest of hands. There really isn't anything that you can do with this hand. But if you are going second and your opponent has back row, then you'd be able to special summon Jinzo Clone and go ahead into some more combos from there. Jinzo Clone being able to special summon itself if only your opponent controls a spell or trap. It can also tribute itself to special summon one of your Jinzos from your hand field or from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So Jinzo Clone, we could bring out the original Jinzo or whichever one that you wanted. You have 2 pops available to you thanks to Cyber Energy Shock and Machine Menace for some future plays. So that does it for the custom support of the Jinzo archetype. As you can see, this is another one of those decks that focuses around controlling the board by negating the effects of your opponent's traps and destroying them, and pairing it alongside the effects of cards that turn your opponent's cards into traps. So let us know your feedback in the comments. Check out the rest of the showcase there with the card in the corner or the link in the description. And be sure to like and subscribe as we get into the next Yugi monster coming up tomorrow.